I know you want to get your shit off. So let's just do the elephant in the room. I'm gonna go first because I know you got a lot to say. I just want to let you be able to go. Listen, man. Anybody that got a problem with the 55th pick, bro? One, tell me who you wanted them to draft this season. Two, name me the last 55 draft picks for the past 5 seasons. Like the second round pick is so coveted that teams traded for cash considerations. The second round pick is so coveted that just the other day we saw the Dallas Mavericks trade 3 second round picks to the Detroit Pistons to offload Tim Hardaway Jr.'s contract off of their books. That's how valuable a second round pick is. Now all of a sudden we're having all of these discussions around a second round pick, bro. Like, this is my thing. I am not going to beat around the bush with this. I am not going to play these stupid mind games and try to get into these semantic wars with people that clearly understand what they are doing and are acting like they don't know. So let's just get it out of the way, man. Nobody likes Bronny having this type of nepotism. Get him into the league. Get him this moment over a guy more deserving because it's LeBron James. If it was Kevin Durant's son, Steph Curry's son, Zach LaVine's son, like, nobody would legitimately. If it was Giannis has 2 brothers that was in the NBA. Now he has one that stays on the roster that he's on. We know he's not an NBA player, yet he's still on that team. We know what this is. Nobody gives a damn. We know what this is, man. So look, it is what it is. That being said, Jeff, get your shit off because I ain't mad at it.
So it's so funny because you brought up an interesting point. Name the last couple years the guys drafted at 55. I'm going to do that for you. In 2023, a player by the name of Isaiah Wong was drafted 55. He played a grand total of 1 game, just 1. Then in 2022, there was a player named Gui Santos who played 23 games. Okay. 2021, Aaron Wiggins played a lot of games, actually.
That's OKC Aaron Wiggins. He's nice.
He's good. Okay, so let's go one for the haters. You got a rotational player at 55 in 2021. Before 2021, you had Jay Scrubb, 24 games. Before that, in 2019, you had Kyle Guy, drafted played 53 games. And we are now in the last 5 years. So out of those 5, one of those players has been rotational. The other 4 are probably no longer in the league, and no one remembers who they are. No one is crying about other players. The funny thing about this is people want to say that the 50-50, it's not about the pick, but it kind of is. I mean, that's literally what the pick the Lakers have. And the argument is, well, there were more deserving players. Let's go through Bronny James real quick. I will give you that the McDonald's All-American selection he probably shouldn't have gotten, because I do think that selection should be for like bona fide superstar number 1s at high schools, and he was never that. So that's fair if you want to say that. But also, McDonald's Americans is like a committee of people that make these selections, and they put players that, like, I played with a guy in high school named by the name of Roderick Fleming. To me, I thought he was great. Like, he was just as good as he played against Marshall. I saw him playing against Marshall Webster back in the day. Like, Rod was really good, and he was a what do they call it? Honorable mention. That happens to players all over the circuit in high school. Bronny James, at best, should have gotten an honorable mention. But again, these people snub out players.
You being fair. Like, I like how you're being fair, and you're not just jumping out. You're not crashing out.
Yeah, so I'm cool with that if you say that, because you know what, that's true. We all can intuitively understand why he doesn't deserve it, because we as basketball fans know a real McDonald's All-American. You go see if that guy is high school, he's dropping 30, but like religiously. Like, the people in his district don't even come close to him. That's typically how good a McDonald's All-American is. Now let's go. Now that said, Bronny played that game, scored 15 points amongst much better players, so he clearly can do something. Then he went into college as a freshman, like a freshman. Like, he needed the development, but he played. He scored 7 points. He obviously hadn't gotten rhythm, gotten like into his his rhythm really with the game at that point, at that level. Then he gets a heart attack or a heart condition, and he doesn't recover and doesn't come back the same. He needs a lot of time to recover because that's a serious medical issue, and that's bigger than basketball. Everybody's anger comes from that small window of time he played in college and this whole McDonald's All American thing. But they forget fans, and I know, I get it. The NBA has plays up on your emotions, and you think this thing is a meritocracy. You think, everybody's moral compass is just so golden and so good, and everything's in good spirits. But no, nobody. The league runs on nepotism. Coaches really, the league runs on nepotism and network. It's all about who you know. I mean, it's really hard to just be like, okay, I want to be an NBA coach. I coach at high school. I win at high school. I then have to apply for hopefully I get a good college job. Then I have to go to college, win in college, and keep winning. Hopefully the NBA notices me, and I can still lose out on a coaching opportunity to someone else for things unrelated to my talent, to coaching. It literally could be like the Suns. The coach that they wanted was a friend of the ownership or the agent or whatever. Like, that stuff happens regularly in the NBA. I mean, Blake Griffin's brother played like for a brief moment. Like, he was trash. I mean, like, this stuff happens. And the sad thing about it is, y'all are arguing, not you specifically, but just the Bronny hysteria people. Y'all are arguing for the Lakers. The Lakers. Not other teams to draft this mysterious worthy player. And also, before I take this next take, Rich Paul did an interview on Gil's Arena where he talked about what the plan was for Bronny. He said specifically that he wanted Bronny to not just go to anywhere. The thing he valued the most for Bronny was development, making sure he tries to actually have a real career. What better place to do that than, well, maybe the Spurs, but what better place to do that where you have influence and control than the Lakers? Any parent would probably want that, right? And that's just common sense. That's just normal. Now, the question I have is, for these people, who do y'all think the Lakers owe their loyalty to? This mysterious, deserving player who I just went through the last 5 draft picks. We found one. Because if I go further, it gets worse. If I go further in 2019, we're talking about Arnoldus Kluboka. Who the fuck is that? He played 2 games.
But that's kind of also making the quote unquote haters point. You're naming 55th overall picks that are no longer in the league outside of Aaron Wiggins. Now, I want to say this though.
No, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Who do the Lakers owe their loyalty to? This mysterious player that historically we've seen. There's never been a 55 pick that has made an All-NBA team or an All-Star team. Do they owe their loyalty to this mysterious person or to the person who puts asses in seats? The person who is a draw for all these national TV games. The Lakers are usually top 3 in TV games. They are a draw, whether you hate them or like them. You want to see your favorite player, your team play against them and beat up on Bron, or you want to see Bron and then beat up on this other team, these rivals. That's the entire point. The Lakers are selling out. And if you don't think they're going to sell out at home games, if they have Bronny just come in the game for a little bit, I mean, because I don't think he's going to play a whole lot, but there's obviously going to be a handful of games where he'll be on the bench and he'll play because they're trying to sell that whole father-son thing. In that instance, who do the Lakers owe their loyalty to? The guy that brought them Anthony Davis, brought them a chip,
won
the all-time scoring record, or do they owe their loyalty to a random player's family?
No, I'm not coming at it with that angle. I understand what you're saying.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying, but that angle is not. I don't think that's out of all the arguments that I can make I think that that's a bad one to make because it's the Lakers. I remember specifically the Lakers getting Christmas games when they were bums. I used to be pissed off, like, why are the Lakers playing the Miami Heat in 2014 on Christmas Day when Kobe wasn't playing because of the Achilles injury, and they had Robert Sacre and they was throwing the ball off the backboard. I'm like, everybody like, ooh, ah. I'm like, I want a competitive game on Christmas. I don't want a live fest.
That's Christmas game. I'm talking about.
I'm just saying that
fan attendance, fan merch.
That still puts fans. The Staples Center still does well.
Not compared to having LeBron James.
Of course, not compared to having LeBron James, but in comparison to others around the league.
That is specifically the point.
We're talking about the Lakers here.
Yeah, I'm talking about the fucking Lakers. It is no comparison to having the Lakers with LeBron James than the Lakers with fucking who played for that fucking team. I can't even think. That's how irrelevant they fucking were a couple years ago. What, Andrew Gallagher, whatever fucking like random player on
I don't know. I ain't mad at the angle. I just don't think that I think there's a better way to honestly saying that you don't give a fuck is a better reason than he puts asses in seats when talking about LeBron James.
There is no
obviously
way,
he
does.
You can
tell me.
Obviously he does.
No. You are acting like you're acting like he's a small fish in the ocean.
I'm not acting like that at all. Let me tell you. This is how I feel about this. I'm going to tell you how I feel about this. If there was any superstar on any franchise right now, I'm talking about the superstars, John Moran in Memphis, Giannis in Milwaukee, Steph Curry on the Warriors. If any of those, Anthony Edwards on Minnesota, if any of those four gentlemen had a son that was eligible to go to the league, their team would draft their son. It's not a LeBron James thing. This is a superstar thing. That's my opinion. LeBron just
proves my point because who do they owe their loyalty to? Their fucking superstar.
Okay, not
the random unknown player that you don't know. I don't know. No one out there fucking knows. They owe their loyalty to their superstar. That is the same thing that is happening in LA. They owe, bro. He brought them a superstar, another superstar. He brought he has a relationship. They have a relationship with Clutch. They're trying to have a better relationship with CAA. Like, this is all connected. And
of course,
you cannot sit up here and expect the Lakers to say, okay, we know our superstar wants his son drafted and did all the stuff for us and is still playing at a high level, helping us put asses in seats and helping us win games. We're going to draft his son.
I hear you 100%,
I swear to God, if the same thing with Steph Curry, do you think they're going to give a fuck about some other player?
No, they wouldn't. They would draft him at 55. Exactly. Yes, I agree with you. I'm just saying that
because they're loyal to their superstar.
I guess. Okay, you're right. They're loyal to their superstar. They're loyal to him, and they should be. Great point.
They're not going to choose a random at 55 over your superstar.
My point is nobody actually cares about this. This isn't a big deal. We right now, by doing this video in the Facebook group, on Twitter, on social media, they're making this a big deal.
Yes.
Let me say the outrage. Let me not say that. Let me say that. I know why they're making it a big deal. The outrage. That's mostly what I'm getting at. We know why the outrage is what the outrage is. Trying to speak logically to these people is, you might as well be talking to a brick wall, brother. Like, that's what I'm saying. People are going to have a problem. Me and you literally saw a gentleman say that LeBron James is the only player that's allowed to eat on the bench. And then when people showed him 50 other pictures of players eating on the bench, he immediately switched the goalpost and was like, oh, well, I'm talking about no. So when you got people that go that far to crash out on LeBron James' hate and his son, it is what it is. You got people that claim to be pro-black mad about this. Mad about this. So that's my point, bro. We know what this is. We don't have to play games behind it. We don't have to try to like psychologically dive into it. We know why people are like this. We know. So it's no point of us like being in this big tizzy over, bro, because it's like We know what it's about. It's about people not liking LeBron. At the end of the
day, second round picks are for projects.
Bro, second round picks, in my opinion, were back in the day, 20, still to this day, older college players that are 23, 24 years old, and they don't have the athleticism. They may have the skill, but they don't necessarily have the physical tools to stand out in the league. And they're for European players that you aren't sure are going to come overseas or not. You spend a second rounder on a guy that's a talent, but you're not sure if he's going to come out of Spain or Argentina or wherever he's playing basketball at, so you don't want to spend a first on him. That's what second round picks historically have been for. Now, and people are trading those now and stockpiling those into first round picks. Like, we gotta stop with this fake caring. That's what I started off by saying with this fake caring, bro. It's all fake caring.
We will never talk about a pick 55 again.
Ever.
This is the first and last time.
I'm gonna tell you how much power Brian got. You said about paying the cash cow and being loyal to the cash cow. His son was getting drafted. ESPN for the first time ever made the second round televised. The NBA for the first time ever made the second round televised because they knew who was about to get drafted. Now they got to stick with this. They might go away from it eventually, but now they got to stick with this plan just to not make it look too obvious. But we know why this was the first year they implemented this pick 55 or the second round in general. It is what it is. Facts.
It is. And that's what
He's just a powerful man. We got to salute it.
Does that sound like a meritocracy with the great moral compass where everything is just equal and fair? No, it sounds like a fucking business.
Hey, that's what it is at the end of the day, man.
That's what it is.
I just can we bury the hatchet? I don't want to see you entertaining no more than ignorance.
You're right.
No, not just here. Not just here. No, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to see you in none of the comments. I'm just gonna put an angry emoji. Every time I see
it. The reason why it's hard for me is because I see these same people do the pro-black stuff.
Yes, that is annoying. That's annoying.
I see them preach on these soapboxes about black people doing this, that, or what they need to do, and I just say, except for one name.
Except for one black man. He don't want that you don't want to be pro-black. He don't want you want to go by the loud thing.
I just need to ask, is he count as a black person or is he like a separate entity? Because like if you've ever this is a quick sidebar. If you've ever been a black man and you worked in like say financial planning, which is a very like you're dealing with rich people and rich white people, and you have to present a very specific way in that. And by that I mean like if you're black to succeed, you cannot let your clients see you as black. They have to see you as who you are. So let's say it was me. They can't see me as a black person. They just need to see me as Quinn. Because if they see me as Quinn, they'll trust me with their money, and they won't associate negative things with my color, my skin color. I would just want to ask him, like, is he black? Like, does he count as a black person, or is he just LeBron?
Yeah,
like that. That is just something I got to figure out. But you're right. I shouldn't, because we all know. And I told that same person, I said, hey, I can't wait to have this conversation with you next year.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I guess so, man.
That's what it's about, and it's
everybody. I'll be like, hey, if you mad about this, show your draft board. Show me who you had. Show me your draft board.
Like, bro,
show me the players you scouted. You know what I'm saying? Show me all the players. Don't just throw numbers at me.
I'm like, dude, y'all skip right past the fact that they drafted Connect, who averaged like 22 at Tennessee. They drafted him at 17. No one talked about him at all.
Yeah, he's not the topic. We know what it is, man.
But yeah, all right.
But man, this has been a good episode. We talked about, some current stuff. I kind of wanted to avoid the Bronny stuff, but it's cool. I know you want to get shit off, and I like to get shit off. I like
get it off our chest.
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, man. But hey, it's been another good episode, man. Hey, again, subscribe to my guys' YouTube channel, Quinn TV, QUINN TV. And I'm RedNationBlogga. As always, like and subscribe, comment below. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong. We out.